what can it do for you and your friends if you would remove the fear of young age or the laziness of being a young age? Going back to like the theme or the topic, people feeling like they're too young or too young to have any type of leadership ability. If you go and read Daniel, you will learn about a young man who had leadership ability at a young age. Now, in the Bible, it doesn't specifically say how old Daniel and his friends were. But what it does say is young men. So, like, it's talking about how in Daniel 1, they're talking about eating the king's food, but Daniel denies it. So, the Bible says how they brought in young men the same age as Daniel and his friends. So, using context clues and historical evidence, when the Bible speaks of young men, they're talking about our age and a little bit into the 20s. So, like, I'll probably give a range of like 15 to like maybe 22. That would be what my brain thinks. That doesn't mean if you're younger than 15, this excludes you. But Daniel stood up to the king and was like, listen, me and my friends are not going to eat your food. It's not going to happen because that's not what we do. But David then pleads and was like, listen, test your servants for 10 days. Whoever comes out looking better is right, is the best way to put it. Because this story is a long story. And I don't have all the details, so I'm summarizing to the best ability in my mind. So forgive me. But, so they basically eat 10 days, and Daniel comes out on top. Him and his friends look better than the young men they pulled in. But if Daniel was like, oh, I'm too young to even stand up or lead my friends, then they would have never even showed that God's power is greater. I don't know what that entails, but more of the story, point of the story, Daniel stood up at a young age, leading his friends to show the king, like, hey, this is my God's power. And the king promotes Daniel and his friends to an authority position